Yay!
Yeah. We're live. Yes.
We are live. Let's see how many people are fucking in here.
Nobody at the minute. That's a good start. Oh, and then it's just gone up to 3, so that's good. 3 people in already.
Yeah, I sent the link to a few people, so hopefully the bastards are in the chat fucking acting like dicks, as always. Maybe we'll sit and wait for a few minutes and then kind of gather a few people in here and stuff.
Yeah. Wait for a couple of people to come and then we'll make
there's the other Trevor, flat, round, and spun. Greetings to you, sir. You know, Aussie and stuff. We got 6 going now. Doom on, you bastards. Fuck off, Goat. Okay. Do you want to get into this before we're here for about 7 hours and you're fucking way past your bedtime?
Yes. Yeah. Because this is, I mean, regardless, this is going to be a long one anyway of all the albums we've got to get through tonight. So, yeah, we're going to be doing a ranking of all the Black Sabbath albums. It's bound to be interesting, probably controversial, because obviously.
Don't look at me.
No, I'm thinking more about myself, to be honest.
Maybe.
Not
necessarily, because I've seen a lot of guys that have been messaging me online like, so how many Tony Martin records are you putting in the top? It's like, none, you bastards. Maybe 2 for sure. I've changed my mind on that guy. But let's look at it this way. From right off the hop, most of the guys that are watching this stream know who Sabbath is. They know all the eras of Sabbath. Obviously, band started in 1968 in Birmingham. Iommi, Geezer, Ozzy, and Bill. Listen, right off the bat, that's my go-to. That's they. As I always say, you can only trust yourself in the first 6 Black Sabbath records. Okay, I make no bones about that. However, people are going to get a little bit pissy, I'm sure, in the comments. Well, how come you had that rank so low? Well, guys, remember, if you have watched my channel for more than 37 seconds, or you know me personally, like my guitar player, you know where I lie. Okay? Yeah. Fucking Roy's out of control already. I can see it. This is a very, 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 very hard discography to rank, simply because of the fact that every one of these albums are different. There's even a record called Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi. That's a bit weird, simply because of the fact, well, the fucking record company wanted a record, and Tony's like, I'd rather do something else. Gordon Sabotage #1, good night all. Well, maybe you might be happy with something I tell you about later. Regardless, we have Ozzy on the first 6 or 8 records or whatever it is. Hell, here, see, look, there's my little emojis already. We're gonna have fucking rainbows and fireworks and shit. It's not working. Ah, fuck. Anyways, I'll have to figure out how I did that and rewatch that about 50 times. Obviously, we have the Ian Gillan record. We have the couple different, oh my God, fucking Ronnie James Dio records, which a lot of people like, a lot of other people don't like. No, Roger, Heaven and Hell's not on top. Hello, sir. Hello to Simon. Danny, Dan Lord 77. Yes, Iommi is Sabbath. Yes, we know. Blah, blah, fucking blah. There's 3 other guys that were in there too. Slatanic Sid. All the people are starting to pop up. We're good. And of course, we have Tony Martin. Tony Martin, again, as I have said, I have officially changed my thought process on that guy. He has the best vocals out of the entire fucking all the singers. I love Ozzy simply because, well, fucking It's the first era of Sabbath I heard. Forbidden original mix #1. That Jared just saved everyone 3 hours. Fucking hell. I will say, on the remix, did you listen to the remix of that, Josh?
Yeah, I listened to the 2024 version. Yeah.
And then if you go back and listen to the original, holy fuck, is it ever different? Okay, let's get into this.
Okay.
Right from the start.
Interesting.
Royce, continuing. Listen, you and fucking Dan, stop it. Enough of your attitude. Okay, Josh, you might as well show your vinyl because I know you're itching too. And I'll bring up mine because, well, I'm pathetic. This is what we start with.
Why the hell not?
Oh, come on. I'm about as disorganized as you guys are already expecting. But I'm here simply for entertainment value, not for any of my knowledge, because I'm fat and I have a huge beard. Obviously, first record we talk about, the lineup stays the same from here right straight through to Never Say Die, okay? Tony Iommi on guitar, Geezer Butler on bass, Bill on drums, and that fucking lunatic Ozzy Osbourne on vocals. So, what we need to realize and what we need to look at is this is the founding. This is what metal is and where it started. It's got the most iconic fucking album cover. At some point, I would like to go there and stand there and have my picture taken and not even look remotely as fucking cool because, again, fat bastard with a beard, and I'm just pathetic. So, Josh, where did you have this on your list?
Okay. We're probably going to get controversial already because I had this at number 12.
Number 12. Whoa.
Yes. Yeah.
Right off the hop. The big.
Yeah, already my subscribers have gone down by half, probably. Well, I mean, we start as we mean to go on, right? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the first time I heard this, I don't know. I think I just expected more than what I heard, to be honest.
Fucking hell.
Because I know it's like it's a it's a very influential album, and it gets so much praise from everyone. I think I just thought it was going to be a little bit more than it is, and I don't mean that in a bad way because I didn't think it was rubbish or anything.
Yeah, you do.
No, I just kind of to me it kind of just sounded a bit more like a heavier guitar version of like Jimi Hendrix. I don't know.
Yeah,
a lot of it did sound very like 60s influence to me with that kind of Hendrix vibe. Although I think it did get better as it went along, this album. And then the second listen, I did enjoy it a lot more. Yeah. So, yeah.
The thing about that record is it was recorded in like fucking 12 hours or like 12, like anywhere from 12, I think it was 12 hours to like 2 days or something goofiness. Yes, I know time frame is funny. Basically Anders in there, which is mine and Roy's bass player, and he's going to have a stroke by the end of this. I know he is. I can just feel it, and he's going to probably quit, and he's going to fire me and all the things. I can understand where you're coming from. The first track, it's the whole thing. It's the tritonic fucking boom, boom, blah. It's the fucking everything. Does it get bluesy and jammy? Yeah, because they were formerly a blues rock band where they were playing like 12-bar blues in the fucking clubs every damn night. Once they started writing some of these songs, they were still tuned to E standard. And they were tuned to E standard for Paranoid too. So they didn't even get the real big fucking fuck you, we are full-blown, heavy rock metal stuff until at least Master of Reality.
Yeah.
What is he giving me shit for? Fucking hell, look at this guy. Look, he's just really just in here fucking reaming me. I haven't even fucking said where it is yet, jackass. It's the first fucking it's the thing.
First one, and we've absolutely destroyed the internet already.
Yeah, already. I knew this is what it was going to be, and I'm very pleased by this. So yeah, I have it ranked at number 4. Okay, and this is where everybody's been like, "Oh God, here we go. It's your first five, blah blah blah." Fuck off. Well, kiss my ass. This is number 4. Yes, I understand that this is the number 1 record. It's not number 1 in my heart. Is there a lot of amazing tracks on this? Fucking right there is. It's literally some of the best tracks. But it's back a little bit because there's other records that are much higher. Not much higher. I mean, obviously not much higher, but you get the gist. So now, after that, not much time has passed after that. Now we go to another record. I'm gonna put my fucking. See, Josh, I gotta get my shit together. This is why you never asked me to do streams. I don't know why we bothered to ask me to do anything. A complete utter disaster. Now we come to the record where, basically, outside of a track on here or two, it's pretty much the greatest hits. Every one of these songs are played live, and this is the one where, even though I love most of it, this is Paranoid, obviously. For most of you guys who know, lineup has not changed. Oh, look, we even have the fucking same battering fucking... No, wait, no, yours is more... Oh, that's the tree. Trevor, you're fucking stupid. Anyway, seeing and hearing some of these songs live were amazing. War Pigs was great. They opened up when I saw them. Paranoid. I'm so over this title track. I could care less if I ever heard it again. It's fucking absolutely. It's just story about it. Joined my very first band as a singer, and what did I have to sing all day long? 2 songs: Paranoid and For Whom the Bell Tolls. So if you ask me why I like or don't like those songs, that's why. I'm sick of them. And that was back in 1999. Josh, you weren't even around then. I know. I love you. Biggest tracks on here for me, Planet Caravan. Yes, I know the slow one, blah, blah. Electric Funeral, Hand of Doom, and Fairies Wear Boots. Those are the big ones on here. I have this ranked at number 5. And this is where the stream goes down because everybody starts having a stroke, for fuck's sakes. Some might be like, yeah, it's not as high. So yeah, it's pretty much where everything starts to pick up. They're still tuned in fucking E standard. That's Rugger. That's why you're asked, Trevor. Everyone gives us a chance to bench. No, you get to abuse me. I take all the abuse.
Yeah, poor Trev.
I love this. Are you finished with your woman because she couldn't help you with your mind? You might be entitled to compensation. Contact Scotty for Bootface Legal Services. Ladies and gentlemen, my guitar player. Josh, where did you have this baby ranked at?
I had this. Might be a bit more cliche, this one, but I had this at number 1. And
okay.
Reason is because I knew most of the songs off this album before,
and that's
so I kind of just knew them better than everything else. So it was a bit more familiarity there, I guess. But also, I just think that the songs are really great on this album. I think probably my least favorite is probably Hand of Doom, because it's a bit long and it's a bit slow. But apart from that, the rest of it, I think is really, really good. Although I would say that Planet Caravan, I do prefer the Pantera version to this one, because
I do as well.
I mean, yeah, the original was a bit psychedelic, but Pantera do it in a way where it's a little bit more of a kind of a rocky kind of vibe.
Yeah,
and they take away that that psychedelic kind of sound. But yeah, oops, you dropped it.
and
Yeah.
And fun fact about that, actually, they asked Tony Iommi recently in an interview about, like, how, like something about the solo, like how did either how did you come up with it, or how do you remember playing it, or like you what do you think of Pantera's version? He's like, oh, he goes, I think it's great. And then they mentioned something about the solo, and he goes, I don't know, ask Dimebag, he played it better than I did. I'm like, that's a pretty big fucking statement coming from that guy. But yeah, the one thing that I don't think anybody, and I repeat, anybody can say about this lineup, this specific lineup here, they change transitions on a fucking dime. Like, if you listen to Iron Man, like like literally, it's right on the fucking mark. There's almost never a mistake, period, at all. It's just boom, boom, boom. Everything is seamless. It's perfection at its finest. And, hence why they're the greatest band of all time. Seriously. So, you can show the next one because you have the vinyl. I only have the CD of the next one.
Okay. So,
number 3, well, not in my rank.
Oh, God. The vinyl just fell out.
Josh, you're having a hell of a fucking time.
Yeah, it's a little bit worse for wear, this one. It's a bit, let's say it's a bit broke there.
Yeah, just a bit fucking naff, isn't it? Yeah. I kind of want you master reality. Yes, sir. Where have you got it, Joshy? You handsome son of a gun, you?
Okay. I have got this 8th on my ranking. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Were you expecting it to be lower than that? For me.
Wow. Do explain. I know why, but tell me.
Okay. Well, I thought 8th wasn't too bad. I mean, considering like there's 19 albums, it's like near enough just over half, in the top half.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got some notes that I will refer to. What did I say about Master of Reality? Yeah, it's a bit closer to that old school kind of heavy metal sound compared to the first 2 albums. And to be fair, when this came out, there was absolutely nothing that sounded like this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty revolutionary for, I don't think the guitar solos were as good as they were on future albums. I think that's one thing that I would say about early Sabbath is I think Tony Iommi's solos got better, as they went along. But yeah, for me, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's got a bit more of that kind of doomy sound to it. That's probably, it's a bit slower in areas.
Yes.
Probably why it's not as high up. But I'll tell you what, I actually really liked Sweet Leaf and that little instrumental Orchid. I thought that was really, really cool. Children of the Grave as well. I thought that was a pretty good song. And the last song, Into the Void, I quite liked as well. So, it's a pretty good album, I'd say.
If anything, when you look at it, Tony's riffing and his solos only got better because he became a better player, right?
Yeah.
He only improved every single record time and time and time and time and time again. Andrew's fucking giving you the gears, son. Oh, boy.
Well, it's to be expected.
See, Andrew and I had the same sort of thought process, man. That you can trust yourself and only yourself in and the fucking first 6 Sabbath records is great. Hi, Gord. Glad you're back. Listen, we're getting to some fun stuff. I have this record. This is my number 2. Why?
Fair enough.
Everything on here except for Solitude is absolute perfection. Sweet.
Yeah, I didn't like that song.
After Forever. My favorite lyric that Ozzy's ever sang on, especially on this record here. If you'd like to see the Pope at the end of a rope, do you think he's a fool? I'm like, fucking glory. Hello. Embryo is great. Then you get Children of the Grave. It's fucking excellent. Orchid's cool, which goes into fucking Lord of this World. Lord of this World is by far my favorite track off of this here. Period. Right? Fucking yeah, it's a great ballad for Sabbath, I guess. I'm just not into it. I just didn't really vibe with it that much. And then Into the Void. Fucking hello. As soon as everybody hears the intro in the that guitar part for Into the Void, it's over. Everybody goes, here we go. Masters are at work now. Everybody shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. No one else is allowed to speak because Tony is basically saying, listen, I'm here. This is the show. This is the scoop. So, here's the thing that I got to say. This band only gets better for the next few records. Then it takes a dive for 2, and then it comes back up. But yeah, this is my number 2. I don't know how most of these songs live rent free right here, rent free. And Josh, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework after this. When this is over, and when you wake up tomorrow, listen to Clutch's version of Lord of this World. Clutch did a cover of this live, or they did a cover of that live, and it's fucking amazeballs. So yeah, you. On to the next one.
Yep.
Same lineup, same bat time, same bat channel, basically. We have Volume 4. This is what they call the Coke record. Why? Well, because it's the fucking Coke record. This is where they basically, if memory serves me correct, they kind of recorded this in a castle, right? Was it this one? Fuck, I can't remember. They had boxes of cereal. Yes, COC also did a cover of it. Yeah. Basically, the cereal boxes were delivered, right? Mm-hmm. And they were full of Coke. So they would open up these cereal boxes and they would just dump them into a big bowl. And as Geezer said, he's like, we just do the whole Scarface thing. And then they'd be jacked for the rest of the day. And they would continually do that until the Coke was all fucking gone. Where do you have this at?
I've got this at number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And reason why is because I thought it was really good. I actually really enjoyed listening to this one. It definitely had that sort of early heavy metal sound,
right?
Which still for when was this come out? 1972, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still pretty well before its time. And yeah, it even to my ears, it even had some like progressive elements coming into some of the songs, especially the first one. What's it called? Wheels of Confusion. I really like that song because it was kind of like a long epic song and a little tinge of like a progressive sound to it. But yeah, I really enjoyed the majority. Again, I think the only songs that I didn't like was the ballad Changes, and because them kind of songs just for me. skip. And FX, because what the hell is that song? that was what I was, when I listened to it for the first time, I was like, what is this song? It was just, like, and all sorts of weird stuff going on. And then it goes to the next song. I'm like, what?
Right.
But apart from that, I thought the rest of the album was really good. Even the instrumental Laguna Sunrise, I thought that was really cool as well.
Yeah, that's it's got a bit of fun to it. It's like,
yeah,
it's kind of tricky. You're like, I need to listen to some peace and stuff. Oh, Laguna Sunrise will do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what that song actually reminded me of. You know the intro to The Italian Job, where the guy's driving around in Italy and that song's going on. And I was thinking, when I was listening to Laguna Sunrise, it just brought me to that. I was just like, you know what? They could have, if only that film came out after that, they could have used that song.
Exactly, they could have. That's fucking funny that you actually went there. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have this at number 3. Why? Well, simply, Wheels of Confusion. There's actually a story that Jimmy Bauer from Down and I Hate God tells that they were down in New Mexico doing a show with I Hate God, and fucking he was laying on the roof of his car, and that song kicks in. And he was just laying on the hood, looking up at the stars, like, fuck. That was his finding God. Like, finding Jimmy Bauer, okay, fucking legendary drummer and fucking guitar player. And his whole finding God was listening to, Wheels of Confusion. My biggest favorite off of this, Tomorrow's Dream. Just, the music itself is fucking almost perfection. You have, Ozzy's vocal performance on it was just fucking sheer perfection. Again, just one of my favorite tracks over here. Changes I could take or leave. If it's on, okay, cool, whatever. I'll kind of listen and move on. FX, meh, whatever. Supernaut's great. Has a killer opening riff. And some of this here and the next one is some of Tony's best work in my personal fucking opinion. Of course, side 2, this is where it gets better, in my opinion, outside of the whole fucking Tomorrow's Dream and Wheels of Confusion. Snowblind. When you listen to that track, did you not notice that, like I mentioned before about the transitions, like everything was just fucking one after another, after another, after another. This flawless. Cornucopia has probably one of the most evil riffs that's ever come from that fucking, like lovely guitar player's mustache. Because I think that's where the riffs are. All the riffs are in his mustache. It's not in his hands. It's just in his mustache, for Christ's sake. The only one that rivals him is Tom Selleck. St. Vitus Dance is all right. But Under the Sun, everything comes and goes. Jesus, let's go. They played that. That was the 3rd or 4th song they played live, and I just sat there and like literally, my wife's looking at me like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm just like, I just sat there and I just stared off into space like, "Fuck, oh God." The only thing that would have made that better would have been, if Bill Ward had him in there playing the drums. That would have ended me right there. I'd have been like, "Fuck it, just kill me now, kill me now." Oh, that was a.
Yeah.
That's like the closest. That show was like the closest thing I've ever had to a religious experience. Brains melted fucking everywhere. Yeah, the power of the stash compels you. It's simple. Okay. Now where are we going to? Joshy, hold it up.
Sabbath. Bloody Sabbath. This is the last one I've got. Well, I say mine. They're my dad's. So I've just stolen them for this segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, this is probably where everyone stops watching and unsubscribes to me. And,
we'll go from 11 to 10 because Andrew's gonna basically fucking burn his house down and say, "Fuck this shit." Go ahead.
Oh dear! I'm gonna hide behind the album when I say I've got this last on my list.
No! Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh God! Here we go.
Honestly, when I listened to this, I did not enjoy it at all.
No.
And I don't know what that was. I don't know why, but I was just listening to this thinking like none of these songs are really sticking out to me. The only one that I thought was really good was Killing Yourself to Live. I thought that song was really good. And the title track has got its moments in there that I thought that's pretty cool. But apart from that,
Roger's unsubscribed.
Oh, it's cool that Sabbath.
Oh,
yeah,
I get 13 people watching now.
I think the only good thing about this album is actually the album art and the logo. Well, actually, that's not even the logo. That's the main album title, isn't it? Jeez. Hang on, where is the Black? Oh, it's down here, Black Sabbath. But yeah, oh dear, yeah. Shots fired from me. This is Stone Dead Heart.
Don't worry. I'm gonna have everybody wound up here shortly.
No, I don't know. I just didn't like this album. But then when I did some research, I found out that they were all struggling for ideas because they were all on their substance abuse. So I was thinking maybe the LSD just got too much in their head and they wrote this. I don't know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I understand it. I have it at number 8. And mostly for me, it was the production. It wasn't necessarily the songs. It was just, here you go. Here you go. Yeah, they did have a hard time writing it because they were looking at Tony like, where's your ideas, bud? And he's like, well, fuck, I ain't got none. Leave me alone. You know. Now the title track, I'll say, is probably one of my personal favorites off that record. I gave it sort of another cursory listen. Killing Yourself to Live is good. Fluff is good. And that's kind of where, like, in the top of their stuff, this is kind of where I'm like, phew. It goes a little lower. What do you do?
Yeah.
I'm sure Andrew's going to get mad at me and punch me in the nose at work. Fuck him.
Yeah. That song, Who Are You? I remember listening to that song, Who Are You? And I was like, what the hell am I listening to here? You know, to say it was a weird song is an understatement. I mean,
dude, people are giving you kind of the shit. Yeah. You're right. You know, there's another record called Forbidden, right, Josh? Fucking
yeah. Yeah, I do. Well, we'll get to that, won't we? We'll get to that when we get there.
Yeah, we will. I'm just adding your fucking rankings of where everything was here.
Oh, okay.
So we can compare like later on. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, me again, number 8. You know, A Natural Acrobat. Yeah, that was also a good track off there. I actually forgot about that, for Christ's sake. It's yeah, Trev's cleaning toilets come Monday. Yeah, fuck off. I'll be wrong. I'll be still driving forklifts. You stand your ground, Josh. Oh boy. So now that Josh completely fucking broke everything and his subscriber count went to the toilet, let's quickly move on to Sabotage before everybody gets mad.
Oh god.
Fucking JC.
I take a look at my blooming.
Fucking JC, one of your homies is like, that's like one of his favorites.
Oops, sorry, John.
Don't worry, John. We'll do a quick re-rank here after.
How far in? Well, we're doing it chronologically, so we're only up to number 5 at the minute.
Yeah.
In the album.
Andrew just said it's a good thing like he's not allowed to drive the forklift. Where is that fat prick? Let me drive it into his guts. Oh, Christ. Disaster, right?
I'm a long I'm a long way away.
Yes, you are.
And
Across the pond.
It's
a long flight.
Oh God, we'll get to Dehumanizer as well.
Fuck. Okay. So, all right. Now that we've essentially pissed people off and sent people into, we're gonna move on to the next record, like Roger has requested. That is this record here, Sabotage. All 3 formats: vinyl, cassette, and CD. If you haven't guessed where this is, and if you haven't watched my channel, if you don't know where I have this, you're a fool. This is my number 1 Sabbath record. This is number 1. I have it on 3 formats because as soon as I saw this cassette, I literally grabbed it and said, no one else will have it because I will have it. Well, in the store, that is. Where do I start? Hole in the Sky. It starts off, they're getting their gear warmed up. I hear it's, I'm pretty sure it's like Ozzy, and then it's like, then they just start, and it's every second it's kicking you directly in the face. Don't Start Too Late, Symptom of the Universe. 99% will always say that this here. No, it's not 8-track. I don't have it on 8-track. I'm not as old as you. Jesus. Andrew, don't start. Symptom of the Universe. People will say that is one of the very first thrash tracks. Now, I don't necessarily know about that. Well, this was in This did come out in 77, so it probably could have been.
Yeah,
everyone since P. Diddy. That's not the biggest. Get out of here. Of course, you have the 9-minute long Megalomania. Fucking, it's excellent too. Probably has to be one of my favorite Ozzy vocals, I think, of all time. Thrill of It All is pretty killer. Superstar. And then Am I Going Insane? And probably one of the fucking filthiest songs I have ever heard this band record, The Writ. You still hear the laughing from Am I Going Insane? And then it's straight into fucking Geezer with his bass riff and this line, and he's just fucking kicking the Y in, and then fucking boom, and then just big chord, Ozzy starts fucking screaming, and I'm like, whatever you say, you're right. Anything I think of, I'm wrong. You're right in this fucking moment. And that was written simply because of the fact that they had gotten fucked over so badly from the record company, and they were so pissed off. Now, the cover, on the other hand, is probably one of the weirdest. They're all dressed. This is the backside. It's supposed to be like a double mirror. What the fuck are these pants that Bill are wearing? Can we talk at why he has this fucking massive bulge going on in the front? What is going on here? How much Bill? How much drugs did you? What the fuck is this shit? Ozzy wearing a kimono, weird as shit, but the record absolutely fucking slams. Absolutely fucking slams. Nothing better than that. Number 1, the absolute best record they've ever released. And I will take any and all people who want to fight and argue in the comments. Come on, I know you want to. Everybody wants to. Why not? It's me. Fuck. I'm like the guy that everybody wants to fight and argue with.
Oh, no.
Of course you love Sabotage, Gordon, as we all should. That's how this shit works.
Yeah.
You're going to have some controversy, aren't you? You're fired. The stream's over. Cancel it.
I feel awful. I can't even say where I've got it. It's especially after you've just given it all that praise. Oh God. 16th.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
16th.
How the fuck can you put it in? Why? Tell me why right now. Now.
Okay. Well, basically, I thought the second half of it was utter crap.
You're a disaster.
I didn't like it.
You're a disaster.
The first half is brilliant. That Symptom of the Universe is probably one of the best Sabbath songs I've ever heard. It set the bar high, and then you got that Megalomania song, which is excellent. And then
cool.
Yeah. And then you've got the second half tracks, and I'm like, what the hell happened? You know, the first half is so good, and then the second half, I really didn't like it, especially that song, Am I Going Insane? I was like,
it's a bit weird.
It is.
And I get that.
An odd song. And I was like, what the hell
Drugs
happened
will do that to you.
What the hell just happened? Sorry, Gordon. Oh, God.
Oh, Christ.
My credibility after this stream is going to be absolutely in the dirt, I think.
Yeah, but you don't have to work with Andrew. You don't have to be in a band with him. I'm going to hear about this shit every day about Sabbath Bloody Sabbath now. Number 8.
Oh,
God. It's going to be fucking unbearable.
Well, tell him from me I'm sorry. He's probably stopped watching now, isn't he?
Maybe. I'll just hug him and he'll feel better. He'll be all right. He's like, come here, buddy. Completely patronizing him. It's
at the end of the day, what the hell do I know about Black Sabbath? You know, I only started, to be honest, I only listened to all these albums like to do this ranking. You know,
yeah.
I'd never actually listened to a full Black Sabbath album before doing this ranking. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to listen to stuff, you know, as I'm listening to everything. It's going to, you know, something's going to stand out more than others. And for me, especially, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and Sabotage,
mm-hmm.
as I was going through them all one by one, I just, you know, them two didn't stand out quite as much as you know, the others.
They're having a laugh now, but we're all in trouble.
But what I would say is that definitely the second half definitely made it go down, because the first half is brilliant, and I would still say that the first half is excellent and some of the best songs that they've written. But for me, I didn't like the second half, so that's why it went down for me.
What did you find? Did you like the last song?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was better than the songs that came before it. Yeah, I thought it was all right, but
see, I knew this was going to cause a bit of shit with you, because I know you don't like doomy stuff. I know you don't like the slow stuff. So this is where we get a lot of the controversy, simply because you're still a young cat. You're just getting into Sabbath. And then you're like, oh, well, it's okay. It's fucking whatever. I'm just like fucking having a stroke here because you have it at like 16, and I'm fucking like, this is like the greatest shit ever released. Fuck. But that's okay. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of this. That's the best part. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think it's so fun. Except Andrew's he's unfriended me now. So he's gonna quit the band. He's probably talking to Roy on a phone conversation, saying "fuck you" and "fuck that fat piece of shit." I'm out of here. If he's not laughing, I'm gonna be even more sad.
But what's that got to do with you?
What do you mean?
What's my opinion got to do with?
Oh no, it's not you.
Why is he gonna unfriend you because of what I said?
No, it's me.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Because like I said, his opinion, he's got that the first 6 are the best, and that's it. For everything else, forget it. But we have had conversations about different singers and stuff. Am I going insane? It is like a Yes song. It's kind of a fucking. It's like this total stoner hippie trippy fucking weirdo thing. Simon saying Trevor going on a rant might be the only thing to save your subs, Josh. Again, what does your opinion have to do with me? Oh man, if nothing, we're gonna have a good time having some laughs. I'm enjoying.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
this
yeah,
is great.
I knew it was going to be absolutely crazy this bloody stream. I just knew it. As soon as I was doing this ranking, I thought, oh God, people are going to hate me for that. People are really going to hate me for that. You know,
I'm just here from I'm just here for the comment section. This is fucking amazing.
Just here for the vibes, yeah. All the vibes that are going on right now.
Especially Roger at 50 years.
50
Fuck off, I'm
years.
only 42.
16.
So let's give him a break.
Technically, I've had about 6 weeks.
Oh fuck. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the naff part of this whole entire fucking thing. Eh? Fuck me sideways.
Oh God. Yeah. Maybe we should move on again very quickly.
Yeah.
But
Dan
then
said focus. Dan's telling us to focus. All right. Next record. We have. No, it's Technical Ecstasy, right?
Technical Ecstasy next.
See? Focus on we're so unfocused. It's not funny.
Mind up so much he's forgotten the discography order now.
Okay, where do you have Technical Ecstasy? Because I can almost assure you it's probably going to be just as close as mine.
Okay. Well, I've got Technical Ecstasy at number 7. I swear to God, I'm not doing this on purpose. Oh God, I'm not even doing this on purpose.
You hacked into my phone and figured out where my ranking was. Jesus Christ. 7?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
The only song I didn't like was that song "It's All Right" because it should not be right. It's utter shit. But
like one of the only ones I do like.
Oh God.
Dirty Women's on that, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that. Yeah, it's all right because Bill Ward sings it, so that's why you don't like it because he's a drummer. I mean, fair. They can't count.
No, I thought there were some really good songs on it.
7th. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. 7th.
All right, continue.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. So I know it's got some like weird 70s kind of vibes to it. You know, kind of to me, it kind of sounded a little bit like Queen and Pink Floyd in areas, or they were taking influence from what they were doing at the time. That's what I got when I heard it. I heard a bit of that in it. But I kind of didn't mind it.
Tony and Brian May are best friends.
Yeah. And even Brian May actually played on one of the albums. Will Trev disappear if he unsubs during the live stream? He might just want to run away anyway.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Hand in your battle cards. Don't worry, Andrew. You'll find out where mine is here momentarily. So, yeah. 7th.
But yeah, overall, I liked it. I thought, you know, that you Won't Change Me, Gypsy. I thought them songs were pretty cool. Yeah.
Hippie trippy. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, I get it. Because, again, it's more of like the more upbeat stuff, which makes sense. I have it at 16. It's all right. Dirty Women ain't saving that fucking shit. The album covers look like 2 robots having sex, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, okay, it's a Sabbath record. Hooray, huzzah. Miracles never fucking cease. Dan just listens and loves everything because Dan is a handsome son of a gun. No, I get it. There are people that are going to really enjoy said record. I just couldn't get into it. It's more drugs and Ozzy sounds like a fucking mess, except for on Dirty Women. Production's kind of meh. I mean, I get it for, you know, still the late 70s moving into the 80s, but nothing. Zippo. like I said, those two songs weren't saving that at all. Not in my eyes, anyways. But seventh, my lord.
Yeah, what are you more mad at? That's seventh or Sabotage is 16th?
Sabotage being 16th, to be fucking honest with you.
Oh.
I get it. Again, it's this whole fucking age thing, right? Like, I get it and I love you, dude, but fucking hell. At least this is where we both break each other to the point where I may actually just fucking bail. Fuck it. Let's talk about this other nonsensical mess. I don't dislike this record. It is in the Sabbath discography. I don't dislike it, but I do have it rather low because there's other records out there that are better than this. What does this album cover have to do with anything about Never Say Die? Two dudes in Air Force masks and on planes. Why? What's the purpose of this? Yeah, I don't know. There's two songs on here that save it for me in terms of being completely dead last. Also, they did release Born Again, and well, that's a mess. Hard Road is good. It's kind of cheesy, kind of rock upbeat kind of thing, but it's got a simple beat to it, and it sounds fun. And I'm sure you're probably going to think I'm a fucking idiot, but Jack Trevor, shut up, you. I like Air Dance. It's kind of hippie trippy, like to the point of weirdness, and it's singing songs about a fucking dance teacher is like reminiscing about shit. I guess the drugs back then were great. The title track's all right too. Johnny Blade is okay ish. Junior's Eyes is fine, but yeah, the rest is just swinging the chain. Never did I ever think that a fucking Dawkins type fucking album or song title would ever be on a Black Sabbath record. Swinging the Chain sounds like Don Dawkins himself would have wrote that fucking pile of shit. Oof.
Oh dear. That's all I can say there.
Listen, Trev, but no, that's that kind of attitude. No. Not even, but we'll get to that mess. Yeah, the title track does sound very much like it could have easily been on Thin Lizzy's Boys Are Back in Town. You know what I mean? Like it could have easily been on that fucking. Yeah, it's 17th. Yeah, that's 17th.
Ooh.
There's only two worse than that. And I say worse. See, Dan's mad at me now. Yeah, see, he loves Dawkins and he knows I like getting his goat. That's kind of why I brought up Don Dawkins.
Fair enough.
Just getting the goat, man. Get the goat, Danny. Yeah. Again, this is the discography that's fucking huge, and you have to put a number besides most of it.
Yeah. So yeah, something's got to come somewhere, innit? Yeah, for me, I've put Never Say Die at 13th on the list. It's probably the closest one we've actually got for a while. But again, I didn't mind it. I thought it was a pretty decent album.
Mm-hmm.
The only gripe I've got with it is that I think some of the songs are a little bit too long. I think they would have been better, a little bit shortened up. I think it might have, flowed better. I think some of them just went on a bit too long. But yeah, I really liked the title track and Junior's Eyes as well. Shockwave as well. I thought it was a really good song. The only song I didn't like much was the instrumental Breakout. I thought that song was a little bit strange. It kind of, to me, it kind of, like them old police dramas you used to get in the 80s. Yes. It kind of sounded like it would have been the perfect soundtrack for the, like the intro. That it would have been absolutely perfect for something like that. But yeah, apart from that, I thought it was decent, Yeah, I liked Ozzy's vocals on it as well.
He does sound
a bit more.
Yeah, he does sound a bit better than Technical Ecstasy, that's for sure.
Mm.
But yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So
it's decent.
yeah. Now we move on to the first time that there's even sort of a change. Now, I do know that Ozzy was sort of in and out during the Technical Ecstasy and fucking Never Say Die period of the band. Based on what I have here in front of me, now, again, I'm just quoting Wikipedia, so everybody has stopped having a stroke. The initial sessions for what became Heaven and Hell began with Ozzy Osbourne following the conclusion of the Never Say Die tour. They got into LA for 11 months to record a new album, and Tony basically said it was highly frustrating, never ending, and it was fucking miserable. When Tony gets pissed, you kind of know it. There, you know something's bound to be on the horizon. This is the first time that they have any sort of, like I say, a major change. This is where we have the introduction to Ronnie James Dio, where a lot of the guys in the chat, I'm sure, are probably going to be waiting to hear where I have it ranked. We no longer have Bill Ward. And we no longer have Ozzy Osbourne. We have Carmen Appice on drums. And we have Dio on vocals. Geezer's still there and Tony's still there. Now, which is cool. The album cover is a bit weird. I still have it. Or no, sorry, Bill is on this record. It was Appice showed up, or Vinny, not Carmine. Fucking see again, a mess. Bill's on the record, but he wasn't on the tour, I don't think. I have it at number 10. That's about as nice as I'm going to be to this side of things. Lover Boys Turn Me Loose is it? Yeah, I mean, basically. I have this at number 10, and I'm sure that there are some people that are going to be like, well, how can you have it number 10? It should be much higher. Well, no, this is about as much as fucking nice as I'm going to be. I like Ronnie James Dio on his own. As the frontman of Black Sabbath, I don't like it. Why? Because, again, who the fuck do you think I favor? Ozzy. I've said that this is nothing new. It's at number 10 because the songs are half decent. They're pretty solid in terms of, like, it's a different side of it's a different band. A completely different band. Had they entitled it Heaven and Hell and not Black Sabbath, this easily could have been one of the best records of all time. And I'm very well aware that Tony Iommi is fucking Black Sabbath. I'm very well aware of that. There are 3 other members of the band, Bill Ward, Geezer Butler, and Ozzy Osbourne. I'm aware. Everybody stop having a stroke. Again, Dio on his own, fucking near perfection. And frankly, Tony Martin outsings him anyway, so deal with it. Yeah. Plus, he's like the only American, which is fine, not a big deal. But Josh, I'm sure you know how well Americans and fucking Brits get along. 2 peas in a fucking pod, huh? That's where it's gonna sit as number 10.
Yeah.
And yes, it was produced by Martin Birch, so it doesn't sound half bad. Basically. That's my opinion. That's where I sit. Mm-hmm. Your turn, sir. Break the internet again. Smash it into pieces. Am I aware of what?
I think our friendship is going to be reunited here because I don't like Dio either.
Really?
I've never. Well, in terms of music, I've got it at number 4 on my list because I think musically it is one of the best Black Sabbath albums. I can't really fault it much in terms of musically. I think it's a really good album. I think it's probably because it sounds more like that kind of new wave of heavy metal that was starting to come in, a few years after that. That's all I can say on that. I probably would have liked it a lot more if Dio wasn't singing on it. Because I've never been the biggest fan of Dio's vocals. I mean, they weren't awful. So I'll put that out there. And yeah, I thought his vocals were all right, but he's not my favorite vocalist. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought there were some really good songs on it, like Neon Nights and Children of the Sea, Die Young as well. The title track's all right. I mean, I think there's better songs on it than the title track. But yeah, for the most part, I thought it was a pretty good album. You know, nothing bad on it at all, really. I think the only downer would be Dio. I think it'd be higher if someone else sang on it.
It's funny because Trevor from Fumes of Hatred said would have sounded better if Tony Martin sang on it. I've heard Tony Martin sing those songs live, and he sounds fucking great. This is where everybody sort of gets along after a while, because once we get to the Martin stuff, it's going to be like, okay, things are a little bit better, a little less painful. Oh, yeah, they're all feeding it to us, pal. We're just getting the shit kicked out of us. It's fucking fun. I'm having a blast. Best
God.
stream we've done.
Dylan's going to want that daisy cutter back now.
Of course he is. And it was them getting back to basics. Like they weren't trying to burn themselves out by coming up with this evil, doomy stuff all the time. Again, which is fine. But you had a guy who sang over the riff and not with the riff and yada yada yada. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Dio, except for him on his own. Good night, Gordon. Hope you have a great night, pal. Now let's continue on to this next record. Oh, where do you have this again? Where did you rank this?
Oh, Heaven and Hell. I've got that at number 4.
Oh, okay. 4.
Yeah.
And musically, yeah. What do you?
Yeah.
Let's get into Mob Rules. Let's get into Mob Rules. Where this is where I think fucking Vinny Appice finally joins, because again, my brain doesn't work that well, right? So Mob Rules comes out in 81. Let's try and see if okay. So this is the first record to feature Vinny Appice, because again, my brain doesn't work. I've probably forgotten more than I remember. So yeah, and this will be this is the last record for Dio until he comes back for Dehumanizer, and we'll get to that later. So I personally have this ranked a little bit higher because I enjoyed this record a little bit more. I have it ranked at number 9. And honestly, I feel this sounds better. Turn Up the Night's pretty killer. They have The Sign of the Southern Cross, which is the longest song on here. It's 7 minutes, 46 seconds. Of course, they have the E5150 instrumental thing. The title track, The Mob Rules, is pretty cool. Slipping Away is cool. Falling Off the Edge of the World, and over and over. It's a much better record than Heaven and Hell. But again, it's fucking my opinion, so I just have it at number 9. The production was a little bit odd on it, but at the same time, I really don't. Listen, it just shush you. I swear he's gonna be hammering me until we do the Cathedral ranking, and we're doing it here at the house. So we're gonna just shoot a video. He's either gonna hate my guts or whatever. So yeah, I have it at number 9. I have this at number 9, essentially. It's better written songs. Again, I still find Dio better on his own. That's just it. A piece. Well, I'm sorry. See?
Oh my God.
Fucking apathy. There. That'll make him even more mad.
Oh,
see?
Wow.
And you think you're getting the abuse. Remember, I'm the one with the shitty reputation to keep hold here, pal. All right, your turn, kid.
That's probably a good thing that the other Trevor is moving out before we get to Born Again.
Right.
Yep.
Top 10. No.
Nope. Right. Okay. I've got Mob Rules number 10. So this is. Okay. I think this is the first time we're actually really close to each other on our
the
ranking.
absolute closest.
Yeah,
the closest of all.
Yeah, but I think for different reasons. I don't actually think it's quite as good as Heaven and Hell. Obviously, because I've got it above it. But I thought there was, some really, really great musicianship again. Some really cool riffs throughout the album. But I just think, like, when it gets to the middle of the album, especially, it has a bit of a dip for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Turn Up the Night and Voodoo. Them first two songs are really, really good, actually.
It did start off strong.
Yeah, it definitely does. But then it kind of, after that, it kind of has its little dips. But then I think The Mob Rules is, again, one of the best songs on the album. I absolutely love that song. Probably because it's a bit more rocking. It's a bit more, it's got a bit of energy about it. I think that's what I liked about it, after that, like, that little instrumental thing, E5150, I mean, did that really need to be there? Could they have just
really
added that onto a track? I thought that was just a bit pointless. And then Country Girl and Over and Over, I thought were all right. Not, they didn't really do much for me, those songs. But overall, I thought it was a decent album, and that's why it just breaks the top 10 for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And now we turn to Born Again, which this is where I'm sure if Trevor decides to watch this back, he's probably not going to like me very much. But that's okay because, well, it's our ranking and my thoughts. And again, it depends on, whatever. Mm-hmm. So Born Again, we have a bit of a change here. So this is where we get Ian Gillan. The album cover is just a fucking blue background with a red fucking Satan baby thing looking fucking thing on it.
Weird album cover.
Yeah. We have Bill Ward comes back. We have Geezer, we have Tony, and we have Ian Gillan again. Again, see, this is the thing. I have Born Again in my brain. Basically, Tony ran into Ian Gillan and said that they were looking for a new singer. They were absolutely fucking hammered, and they just basically said, "Oh, why don't you just join us on a record?" And Ian's like, "Yeah, fuck, why not?" Because you would think Deep Purple and Sabbath would make a great thing. No, on the contrary. This is absolute garbage. Production is fucking a nonsensical pile of shit. The only thing that actually saves this fucking record is The Dark, which leads into Zero the Hero. It's a mess. I have listened to the remaster, and it's just a hair better. This sucks. They basically partied and drank their fucking faces off for an entire year. Yeah, this is just ugh, God. It's ugh, God. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. That's my thoughts.
Where did you have that?
19th, dead fucking last.
Stone dead last. Okay, fair enough. Well, mine, I'm not too far away from you, actually, because I've got it in 17th. So third last. And, I really didn't enjoy it. In a way, I'm kind of glad someone else doesn't enjoy it because I don't want to be sitting here having everyone ripping their hair out again. But I thought that the album was really bland, and the only song that saved it for me was Zero the Hero. I thought that was a really good song, and obviously Cannibal Corpse covered it.
It's all right when Cannibal did it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of okay. Yeah. It's not bad.
That's good. just back on. He's back on side now.
Of course.
So that's good. But yeah, I thought some of the guitar solos were pretty good, but the album as a whole was not good. Apart from Zero the Hero and Trashed was all right.
Trashed is what they were the whole
time. Yeah. Another thing I really didn't like about this album was Ian Gillan's vocals. I hated it. I hated his vocals on this. Too much high stuff for me, probably. But I just the whole package just didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, at one point we have 14 watching, now we have 8. Oh, now we're back to 11. Wonderful.
So
we can move on from that nonsense. Now we get into the record where everything is completely fucking confusing. Seventh Star. Cannibal Corpse, right? Yeah, it pretty much was. Seven Stars, the 12th studio album by English metal band Black Sabbath, released January 28th of 1986 in the States and on February 21st, 1986 in the UK. Now, this is a complete nonsensical pile of shit. This is the record where it was not even intended to be a Black Sabbath record. Last minute pressure from Warner Brothers stemmed from the belief it was likely to sell more with a famous name. The lineup doesn't even make sense at all. This is a massive lineup change. The only thing we have that's even remotely consistent is Iommi himself. He's even on the cover. This is sort of where he gets into sort of his glam look, as I call it. We have Glenn Hughes on vocals. We have Eric Singer on drums. Again, that still's never made any sense to me. Jeff Nichols on keyboards and Dave the Beast Spitz on bass. Now, if I listen to this and don't think of the name Black Sabbath, it's actually a pretty good fucking record. The title track itself is kind of hippie trippy and kind of weird, which I like. Danger Zone is good, not to be mistaken for fucking, Kenny Loggins' version of Danger Zone or whoever the fuck sings it. In for the Kill's cool. Turn to Stone's cool. It's catchy, but again, this is not even, in my personal opinion, this is not even remotely fucking Black Sabbath. The only Black Sabbath is fucking Iommi. Great line. That's kind of the thing. Like, I wouldn't call it a great fucking lineup, but it's not bad. I do like Glenn Hughes' vocals on it, though, because when he and Tony get stuff done together, it actually sounds pretty decent. I have this at number 11. And this is where all my subs go to shit, too, so don't worry about it, bud.
Oh, God. Well, I haven't got mine out yet. Oh, dear. Right. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be yet another controversial one, but I really like this album. I thought it was really good. And I put it in 5th place.
5th? Dead. Fucking hell.
Yep. Just see them subscribers going further and further down. When I look after this, I'll probably be on like 3.
Thank fuck we're not monetizing this fucking thing, huh, pal? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, if I was, then I won't be now.
Right. No, you get a friend in Roger. I mean, I'm sure you'll find. I'm sure no matter what, Dan will appreciate most of what either one of us say because we're funny shit. 5? It's a bit of a stretch in my eyes, but hey, it's your part of this fucking ranking. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. Well, because I was listening to obviously for the first time,
right?
One by one. When I got, just had Born Again, which I thought was crap. And then I put this on, and maybe just that alone made it feel like this album was so much better than that one that I put it higher. But another thing is that this one I've actually gone back to more than any other Black Sabbath album. I just kept going back to it for some reason. I'm not really sure why though, because a lot of the songs are pretty decent songs. I mean, I'd say the first two songs are okay, but the rest of it, is a lot better.
Just stretching my shit out because my neck is a little sore, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, what the hell are you on about?
No.
But
Andrew, stop it. Put up your Halloween decorations.
Disco mode. But it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I thought it was really good. And honestly, one of my favourites from the 80s period. I loved Glenn Hughes on it. I thought his vocals were excellent. And as I was listening to it, he reminded me a lot of Gary Moore in his vocals. But there's a reason why. I found out after that is one of my favourite Gary Moore albums, Run for Cover, which I think was released sort of similar time to Seventh Star. It's got Glenn Hughes on it, or Glenn Hughes does some of the vocals.
That could be it.
Like, that's probably it. It's somewhere in the back of my mind. It's kind of had that familiarity of the vocal style that made me like it a bit more, I think. And
when you have a chance, go listen to the DEP sections and also Fused. I think you'll really enjoy it because that's Glenn Hughes and Tony getting together on a couple records. That's some really cool stuff, especially coming out of the two of them.
Yeah.
That being said, now that my brain is sort of disconnected because of the fact that you said that's number 5, it's not, again, I get it because when you come out of Born Again and you go into fucking that, it's like, Jesus Christ. That's the thing. It's an arena rock type of thing. It's exactly what it is. Now we get into another big old fucking change in the band, and we have a completely different fucking lineup. This is where we get to the fucking Tony Martin era. Yes, Dan is right. Hughes is an amazing bass player. On this record, we have Tony Iommi. We have Tony Martin. Oh, see, there we go. I got the fireworks. Look at it go. Yay. Yes. So this is where I signal sort of my randomly different version of the band. Eric Singer is on drums. Bob Daisley recorded the bass, which I didn't really know until now. I'm 42 years, and Jeff Nichols on keyboards. A couple different members of this here. There is somewhere on the internet. There's a deluxe edition. Okay, so vocals on 2010 deluxe editions disc 2. There's a little bit of Ray Gillen. They actually had a version of this recorded with Ray Gillen on vocals. I would really like to fucking hear that in some way. But I don't know if I've ever found it. I would love to find it. This is a whole other fucking thing here. We have The Shining is cool. Ancient Warriors got some good stuff. This is where they completely are. The metal is almost gone, and they're just a simple rock band now. Because you have a vocalist who can do all of the Ozzy stuff. He can do all of the Dio stuff better than Dio. I don't give a fuck. And completely makes he could fart into the microphone and still sound anything better than Ian Gillan did on Born Again. Okay, and he's a funny guy too. I've watched interviews with him and Iommi, and it's fucking amazing. They're just Martin's just like, hey, I'm just fucking here hanging with my buddy Iommi. Whatever. Hard Life to Love is cool. My favorite track off of this, Born to Lose. The intro to that intro guitar part is fucking unreal. It just absolutely kicks ass. Nightmare's cool. Lost Forever. They get sort of harder in some songs as we go through this record, go through this run of the band. Let's see, where did I put this? I had this at number 7. And this is where people are going to be like, wait, what? You just shit on fucking Dio. I put this at number 7 because this is where I think they start to get sort of weird. And again, yes. That's right, Dan. Fuck. Thank you for jogging my memory. See, if we didn't have Dan here, I'd be fucking confused. So yeah, I've got this at number 7. I think what Tony Martin did on this record and the next record is far better than some of the worst stuff Ozzy did. And Born Again. It's only slightly. This record and the next record are only better than the only other Sabbath records I have is Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. This is great. It's more rock. It's more hard hitting in terms of that rock and roll feel. I have it at number 7. It's fucking great. It's that simple. And Andrew's probably on the bus over here to punch me in the face now. I'm sure of it. I know it. I can feel it. And I can smell him. And I can see him in the distance. I love you,
Okay. Okay, we're back to being completely different because I have got it number 15. 15.
Fuck me dead. Unbelievable. Josh, you're losing credit. You're losing credit here by the second, kid.
More credibility out the window. Yep, that's me.
Fuck it.
I don't know. I just thought that this album was nothing, nothing too spectacular. I thought it was a decent album, but it didn't blow me away too much. It was very 80s sounding. Definitely had a little bit more of a commercial sound, but not too commercial, but a little bit more accessible, let's say. And that's probably with the vocals of Tony Martin, I guess, because they are very 80s sounding, let's say.
Released November 87. I mean, it makes sense.
Well, I know. Yeah. Well, duh. Yeah.
This is where Josh fully gets raked over the coals by the fucking Martin guys.
Oh God. Well, it's not all bad, but oh God.
Andrew's I think he's having more fun than we are. I know he's having. He's just putting up Halloween decorations. He's only half tuned in now.
But yeah, I mean, there were some good songs. I really like Born to Lose as well. And Lost Forever, I thought was pretty good. Nightmare was my least favorite song on the album. I didn't like that one too much.
Yeah.
And the instrumental Scarlet Pimpernel was a little bit odd.
It's a weird title. I don't get the title.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's a little bit odd, but yeah, I didn't hate the album. It had to go somewhere, and for me, because it was kind of a bit more of a middle of the road album. It kind of always felt like it was roughly in the middle, but then as albums after this came along, it kind of went down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it had to come somewhere. So it had to come in 15th, but definitely didn't think it was bad at all. Just
and that's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we move to our next record, which is Headless Cross. And Headless Cross, if I'm not mistaken, features most of the same lineup. And I think so. Let me just double check. No, I don't think the bass. I think the bass was different on that. Let me just quickly haul this up. I'm sure Dan will probably correct me about 16 different things. Personnel. Okay, so this is where we have. So Eric Singer's not playing drums. We still have Tony Iommi. We have Cozy Powell shows up and he starts. And Cozy's actually a really good drummer. Tony Martin on vocals. Jeff Nichols is still there on keyboards. And this is where they have Lawrence Cottle on bass. I still have no idea who that is. On the song When Death Calls, which is actually a pretty decent track, Brian May does the first guitar solo. So this is the other side of Sabbath, where you could tell that Brian May has really sort of got his little British nose in there, kind of helping out, which is fine because I love Brian May's guitar playing. I think he's a great fucking guitar player. Yes, Cozy. Yes. Oh yeah. See, this is. I should just have told Dan to fucking show up and do this because I'm sure he already knows this stuff. He doesn't even need anything. He's just a Black Sabbath fucking encyclopedia. That fella is. Okay, so we talk about the headless cross, and I like this a little bit more. I have the headless cross at number 6. Okay, so even Roger said he has the 5th place for him. Headless, I don't know what it is about this record. When I listen to it, it's good. It's a good record. Again, if I don't think of the two words Black Sabbath, I just think it's a great fucking record. Now they were dropped from Warner Brothers in '88 after an 18 deal, and then they went to IRS Records, I think, at this point. Excuse me. Regardless, this came out in April of 1989, and it's like Dan said, the title track has got some of the best riffs that he's played post Ozzy, because post Ozzy is important, or Ozzy is important. I do like the fact that they in 2024 this year they released the box set Anno Domini 1989 to 95, which is basically the 4 Tony Martin records. This record is number 6. I really enjoyed it. I thought every moment on it was cool. Again, if I separate myself from the two words Black Sabbath, even though it's in the Black Sabbath discography, I really look at it as a really great record. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Roy says my favorite Sabbath album and one of my top 10 records of all time. Highly. Roy is a monstrous fan of Tony Martin. He always tells us that Tony Martin is important. Tony's a great singer. He's different looking. His hair's overly teased on this fucking, during this fucking era, but he sounds great. He outdoes Dio in my opinion. He outdoes Ozzy in terms of actual vocal talent. I still love Oz more. It's just that simple. Number 6. Mm. Now Josh hurt the internet.
How did you know?
Because I'm not that stupid.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. 18th.
Oh my God Almighty.
Second bottom for me.
We're gonna have 2 people watch. We're gonna have 2 people watching this in like 8 seconds. You realize that, right?
Oh no.
So tell me.
Yeah.
Spill the blood.
Okay. I don't know. I actually didn't like Tony Martin's vocals on this album. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because he was, doing that more higher register, and I'm not the biggest fan of the higher register vocals. I don't know. Again, nothing much really stood out on this album as being that, fantastic. I liked the song Nightwing. I thought that song was pretty cool, and Black Moon and Devil and Daughter had some good moments in it, but yeah, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it.
Roy's giving it to you now.
How can you not like operatic vocals? Yeah,
you're wearing an Iron Maiden shirt.
Yeah, I know I am. I know I am. But I don't know.
Paul's better.
No,
Yes.
I'm not the biggest fan of Bruce Dickinson's vocals, to be honest.
Oh,
You know,
Jesus Murphy. I think Roy
I
just
love
booked a
Iron
flight to the
Maiden.
UK.
I
Yeah.
love Iron Maiden, but you know, I don't know. It's just I think on that album, on the Headless Cross, I just think Tony Martin's vocals they're just not my cup of tea, you know. But I will say that on the albums after this, I think I do prefer those albums. I think it's just the first two that he's on. I just I've just not got on with them as much as the others. But yeah.
He's already booked his flight. He just sent me a text. Fucking hell.
Oh God.
What is this? No, obviously it's all in good fun again. Eh? It's yeah.
I hope so. I hope I don't wake up tomorrow morning and there's a mob of people outside going, "We want you dead."
No, there's
knocking at the door, going, "How dare you!" Like, you know, how dare you?
Listen. The only way you should actually be afraid is that of Roy standing outside of your house with a fucking with a goose in his hand, going, "Kill this thing," and lets the goose go in your house. Have you ever seen what the Canadian geese look like? They have like the body of a chicken. They have the body of a chicken or a duck and a huge long neck, and this beak that will like. We call them cobra chickens for a reason. Because it's like and if you try to piss them off, they'll just fucking peck your face off. It's hilarious. Again, Canada's weird. You know this. So you've got that you've got that pretty low. I'm pretty impressed by it.
Yeah, really low, really low. And I, to be honest, I was really disappointed because how much praise I've seen online from people talk about that album and say how great it is. I maybe I put my expectations up too high, and when I listened to it, I was a bit disappointed by it, and I thought, oh, is that it? You know, I don't know. I don't like good vocalists. I prefer incoherent mumbling. Like, yeah. Well, I mean, we could have a whole conversation about vocalists.
Dude, he gets the same fucking abuse from me on most occasions too. So don't worry about it. He really doesn't like when I tell him that Bruce is like not that great compared to Paul. This is where he's having a stroke at this moment, so the flight won't happen. No, it's knock. He says, eh?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got you, dog. You're all right. I'll come over with him and you and I can snuggle or something. All right. Now, and then God. We'll just play guitar because I don't have to worry about playing a righty upside down. Okay, so we're gonna get into Tier now. So we still have Tony Martin floating around on vocals. Cozy Powell's still there. This is where we get Neil Murray on bass, and obviously Iommi does guitars and production, and also Cozy gets involved with the production on this as well. This was released August 20th in 1990. So there's a lot of Norse mythology in this. It is which a lot of people think is a concept album. Although Neil Murray dispelled that in 2005, it's just sort of loosely related. This is where I sort of go, okay, I don't get this record as a whole. I feel like this is almost like it's still hanging on Headless Cross, and it's just kind of not there. Like it almost feels like Headless Cross going into Tier is the same thing. Yeah, see, this is where Andrew gets mad. See, I love it. I have Tier ranked at 15th.
Okay.
I didn't find this great. There's some softer moments on here where I was like, okay, blah. I don't know, man. I didn't get involved with it. I was like, it's like it's not, well, it's no worse than Forbidden, but yeah, this it was meh to me. So number 15. I don't have much else to say about it, really.
Fair enough. In a way, that kind of it's a bit like how I was about Headless Cross and the Eternal Idol, because those albums did nothing for me. But this album, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Of course, I've got it at number 6.
Fuck you, no. You hacked into my phone and said, "Fuck this asshole! I'm going to find out where he has it and completely separate myself and have everything much higher because I can, because I'm Josh."
It's literally our rankings are literally like, for the most part, the other way round for all of these. Man, I actually really liked Tear. I thought it was good. I really liked some of the riffs on it. It was a much heavier album. I think Dan said it. He said that it's heavy. It is. It's a lot heavier than the albums they were doing in the 80s. To me, it kind of felt a little bit like, riff-wise, what they were doing in their earlier period, but mixed with that 80s kind of, not exactly commercial sound, but, that kind of more 80s vibe. Mixed it all together and, turned it into, this album, Tear. I thought it was good. And I actually thought Tony Wood's vocals was pretty decent on it. I quite liked his vocals on this one. I'm not really sure why. I don't know. Call off the flight. Oh, that's good.
It's not that it's not heavy. And just because it's heavy doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go, oh, that's fucking amazing. That's Dan Powers. Dan's had a channel for a while, and he used to be doing videos a lot. He probably has one of the biggest collections I think I've seen next to Mark G.
Okay, that's cool. I've gained one sub to.
Yeah, one. You have one sub.
I've got one back.
Now. Woohoo!
Yep.
Have to do all your contests over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as Dan said, it was self-produced. With Cozy and Tony doing that all by themselves. The sound is not bad. The production is not bad. I just felt like one long record alongside of Headless Cross. And when I'm listening to Headless Cross, I'm sort of that same kind of feeling with you when it came to 7 Star. I really, I didn't, like, it's almost like I didn't like this as much. Mm-hmm. And again, because of the fact that this is the fucking Black Sabbath discography, you have to put a number beside some of them. It's not, it's not as great as the rest. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm. That's
so now we have to talk about the return of Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that now. Lay it on me, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously this was released on June 22nd of 1992. Probably most people in terms of metal have kind of tapped out of this and they're into the death metal big time, because this is when death metal was really slamming and really tearing people's fucking brains apart. They consider this one of Sabbath's heaviest albums. Lyrical themes vary from a computer worshipped as a god, computer god, haha, funny, to individualism, which is I, and about the afterlife, or after all the dead. Personnel on this here, this is where we go back to that Dio lineup: Dio, Iommi, Butler, and Vinny Appice. Because people will get mad at me that I said it wrong, and then I'm going to get more punches to the nose because apparently that's the thing. When we look, yeah, they're still feeding it to you, Mal. Pal, this is quite funny.
Yeah, all I can do is just have that like face, like uh-oh.
I'm back. Did you rank Born in the top 10 yet? No, Trevor, I did not. I did not, and I'm not going to. So I have Dehumanizer at number 12. This is a much heavier record in terms of the music. It's Dio sounds a little bit better. My highlight on this is It's got this sort of like this. Tony's doing this little wah wah thing. He's just fucking milking it, and then all you hear is wow, and then bang. Once everybody comes in, that's where it's like, okay, we're really hitting this. Ronnie actually has some decent vocals on that. Some of the rest of the record is not that good. Personally, finally, I'm not getting yelled at for once. Haha. Musically, with the other three, it sounds pretty good. It's getting to the point where it's solid. Again, is one of my favorite tracks off that record. Computer God is kind of okay. It's not that great. But again, it's a Dio thing, and I still don't like Dio with Sabbath. That's just it. But it's number 12, and that's that. Wait till we get to 13 when everybody gets really confused by me.
Okay. Yeah, well, that'll be interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, where I put Dehumanizer, I put it number 3 on my list. Number 3. And because obviously, I mean, of course.
This is our new trend. I'm enjoying this. Not gonna lie.
This is fun. I mean, yeah, this has been the funnest stream, I think, because of how different everything is for us.
I'm sure Roger is yelling at me in perfect Norwegian, so I wouldn't be able to understand it anyways. I would probably just put my arms out like this, expecting a hug and get a punch in the face. What do you do when you live in a shit?
Yeah, well, yeah. I put Dehumanizer number 3. Probably because you said it sounded pretty heavy, and I think that's probably why I liked it. There was some really nice heavy riffs, you know, lots of, well, I wouldn't say like grooves, but a lot of like moments where I'm really like, you know, doing the head banging and thinking, you know, really, really enjoyed it. Get this, I even liked Dio's vocals on it.
Oh, here we go. Internet's broken.
I know.
Shut down. Nothing is available anymore.
I know. Crazy. I think the reason why is probably because at that point it was 1992 and he'd gotten a bit older and his vocals sounded a lot like Marcos Agueda from Death Angel. And I know that Mark is influenced a lot by Dio. And when I was hearing it, I could hear a little bit of Mark from Death Angel in it. And that's probably why I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of, you know, had that in my head at the time. So I kind of liked it. But yeah, I thought the album was really good. There was nothing really wrong with it. And for me, I think it's a better version of Heaven and Hell. So that's why I put it above Heaven and Hell, because I think it's a better version, you know, a bit more of a more proper metal kind of sound. Right, here we go. How many people are subscribed? Shocking.
It's all
Dio back was a business decision.
That's I never thought about that. I literally never thought about that until you just mentioned it and Dan sort of agreed. Hearing Ronnie on this record and hearing Mark nowadays, now I really understand where that influence comes from. So he's basically like the modern day version of Dio.
Yeah.
So well done. Not only have you broken the internet today, you've confused everybody. Well done.
And now Trevor's exploded. That's Trevor's mind.
Fireworks because, you know. See, there, you get fireworks. I've made your day.
Oh, there you go.
People are only joining into the stream anyway just for the fucking fireworks.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Of course.
Let's get on to the next record that I'm sure Dan's going to be frothing at the mouth for me to hear where I put this. We're going to talk about Cross Purposes. And again, here we go. Out goes a piece. Out goes Ronnie, because apparently they can't get along with Geezer and Tony because booze and all the other shit. Now they bring Tony Martin back. And here's the weird thing. They bring in Bobby Rondinelli, who was the former drummer for Rainbow, which is funny because who was in Rainbow? Ronnie James Dio. Weird, but okay. So yeah, we have Bobby Rondinelli, Cross Purposes, released January 31st, 1994. Does that happen every time you fart? It actually does. I'm sure my kid can confirm this, even though she probably thinks I'm weird. Which she already does think I'm weird. So when I look at the songwriters for this record, it's Eyewitness has Tony Martin, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler. The rest is basically Iommi, Martin, and Butler. Dying for Love has Nichols added in, as well as Cross of Thorns. And then Evil Eye has fucking Eddie Van Halen, because why not? I don't think that's going to save Andrew from, being upset by this, but randomly, maybe he might like that song. I don't know. Let's look at this here, because I actually really want to know how people are going to handle this, but I have it at 13. Not that I don't like it. It's 13 because it's 13. Okay? I got nowhere else to put it. And I'm sure people are really going to get mad when we talk about the next record. But we'll get there. So where did you have Cross Purposes, pal?
Just to be weird, I've got it at number 9, which is not, that's not too far away from you. But I've got it at number 9.
That's a very valid point. Year where the new generation started discovering old Sabbath thanks to the rise of sludge and stoner rock. Facts.
Yeah, that's true. But I was thinking about who was actually listening to Black Sabbath in the mid-90s. Especially these albums when they come out. But now that Dan's just said that, it kind of people probably were listening to Black Sabbath in the 90s.
Yeah.
But maybe not the albums that, not these albums like Cross Purposes and Tear and that. They probably were listening to more of the earlier stuff, probably.
I agree. I'm trying to find something and keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll talk about Cross Purposes. Yeah, I've got it at number 9. Okay. I thought it was a decent album, there was nothing really that I thought was terrible on it. I think what was the weakest was Dying for Love. But the rest of it was decent to pretty good. I liked Eyewitness and Psychophobia. I thought has got a really nice kind of groovy rocking riff in that song that I did really enjoy.
Right.
Evil Eye, I thought was a pretty good song. I liked it. I thought Tony Martin's vocals was pretty decent on it. However, I think after the second listen, it kind of, I don't know, but I thought I liked it more on the first listen than I did on the second listen. I'm not really sure why that was, but still it cemented my, I still think it cemented that place just in the top 10 for me. There's enough there for me to enjoy it. So, yeah, I put it at number 9.
Yeah, Dan said that they toured with Cathedral in the UK for this album. And I can almost imagine Cathedral blowing them off the stage at that point. But I guess it depends on how much you're into Tony versus being into Lee Dorian. So number 9. Well, that's interesting. Now let's talk about the record that everybody has the fucking most controversial thought processes on. Forbidden. Now, this record is the record where most people do not fucking like at all. So, the personnel on this, Neil Murray, Cozy Powell, Tony Martin, and Tony Iommi. Okay? That's all well and good. This has Jeff Nichols on keyboards. This also has Ice-T for additional vocals on The Illusion of Power. This was produced by Ice-T's best buddy, Ernie C. Both of those are from Body Count. Tony Iommi has admitted to Sabbath, to the Sabbath fanzine Southern Cross, that he was not happy with Forbidden. He elaborated by saying, "We brought in Ernie C to do production, which is a bit difficult, really, because I had to leave him to it. One of the problems was we weren't all there at the same time when we were writing it. Cozy and Neil were still contracted to do their stuff, so it ended up with just Tony Martin, Jeff Nichols, and myself just jamming around and putting ideas down. It all came together very quickly, and we didn't have time to reflect, make sure it was the right songs and the right way of doing it." Iommi reiterated his dissatisfaction with the album to the Birmingham Mail newspaper. In 2019, Ernie C. defended his production on Forbidden, saying it was a cool and fun experience, and it was his goal to dry the band's sound up a little bit to make it more personal, meaning to amplify the music so it didn't sound like you're playing in a tunnel. He recalled that Iommi approached both him and Ice-T in England to record their new album after listening to the demo of War Pigs that Body Count had made. It was also Ernie's idea to get Ice-T to rap in The Illusion of Power. That's the big problem. I have listened to Andrew, I love you. Here's the thing. When you listen to the original, it sounds like fucking shit. It's the worst thing I have ever heard. It's just fucking, it is weird. 100% it's weird. And it almost makes no fucking sense. And that's why when you talk to so many guys, when they hear Black Sabbath Forbidden, they go, no, stop talking about it. Oh, God. Having said that, and this is where I break everybody's brains and they won't be able to handle it at all. Listening to the remastered version of this, because Tony had his hands in it, and it sounds the way it should be, I have this at number 14. And the only reason why it's not number 18 is because this sounds better with the brand new remaster. The Illusion of Power is blah. It's not that great. Ice-T should not be anywhere near a fucking Black Sabbath record. And I like Ice-T. I think Ice-T's a pretty cool dude. Body Count's a completely different thing. It's a fun thing. No, he should not have been on that track. I get Ernie C. with his ideas and stuff. Fun fact, Ernie C. is a left-handed guitar player. Maybe that's the problem. Because, you know, they'll blame us for everything. But then again, so is Iommi. But it's Ernie C. versus Iommi. It's not even in the fucking conversation. And I like the guy. But it's number 14 for that very specific fucking reason because, well, it's just... And the artwork isn't that great. I understand what they were going for, but had it have been done by someone different, it might have looked better. So, of course, when it was released, everybody heard it and they go, oh, fuck, what is this? Why is those two words on that fucking album cover? Why is Black Sabbath the name of this? It should have been like Iommi and fucking Martin. You know, it would have sounded... everybody would have been like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. But it's, yeah. The original has shit production. The remaster is better. Yeah, see, those fucking lefties, yeah. You'll be fine, Rug. You'll be fine, bud. So, yeah. Josh, lay it on me and completely destroy the internet and confuse everybody once again because that's how Mr. Keech works so well.
Well, when it comes to Black Sabbath, Yeah, I've been all over the place with this. God. I'll tell you what, maybe we should just pick random bands like this where I've not listened to a single note of, and then see what chaos ensues with the ranking.
It could be some of the best streams we have, man. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Oh, just says he's a lefty as well. Just as Trevor's committing murder there.
Yeah, it's just a fly. Fuck him.
Oh, okay. Nah, that's fine, yeah. Right, okay, so yeah, here we go. Everyone's ready for me to say that Forbidden is higher than 15th. Yes, it is for me. I've got it in 11th.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The amount of people that I know personally that would... That's remarkable. That is remarkable.
I mean, it's not in the top 10. It's not in the top 10, but I mean, where I've got it's higher than the debut because I put the debut in 12th.
Like that, and that to me, that's the problem. Fucking priorities aren't straight.
Oh my God!
Rob's not. He's
oh my God!
This has probably been my favorite stream you and I have ever done. Dr. Spellberg toast.
Yeah.
This is by far the wildest thing that's happened on this stream is Josh saying Forbidden's number 11. Go into it. Lay it on us.
Really? Oh, not Sabotage being 16th?
Fucking hell.
He's still getting PTSD about that. Oh man. Oh dear. Oh yeah. This has been a brilliant stream.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, so what did you like about it so much that it's above the fucking greatest Sabbath record of all time in Sabotage and higher than the debut?
I don't know. I thought it was a decent album. Honestly, I was listening to it and I was like, this is actually not bad. I thought the songs like Shaking Off the Chains and Get a Grip and Guilty as Hell, I like them tracks. I thought they were pretty cool. Even like the song Sick and Tired had a brilliant guitar solo in it, which I had to give it props for that. I was like, yeah, that's a wicked solo in that song.
Yeah. Which I can understand because I think you probably focus more on the guitar playing side of this than like anything else, I would imagine.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, if I like vocals, then I'll give the vocals praise. I did actually like Tony Martin's vocals on that album as well. I thought they were pretty good. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think for me personally, I would have preferred more guitar solos on the album. I think that's one thing that did bring it down for me. And the song Can't Get Close Enough. I wasn't really into that song too much. And the Illusion of Power it's all right. I mean, the Ice-T thing, I get it. I mean, I don't like hip hop or rap or stuff like that. And I definitely don't like rapping in metal. Hate that. But he didn't really rap in it much. To me, it kind of was a bit like, the Megadeth song where he does the voiceover. And, everyone was like, oh, he comes in and does this rap. And I mean, he didn't, though. It was just a little voiceover. And that's what it sounded like to me. It just sounded like a little cameo. He just come in and said some lines and then buggered off again,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
didn't really have a problem with it.
It's such a weird record, too, because of the fact that in its first week, it sold 21,000 copies in the U.S. And as of 2013, it sold 191,000 copies in the U.S. Like, it's such a weird thing. Like, people hated it so much They underwent several lineup changes, and they just basically came at a crossroads. They're like, "Fuck this! Do people actually give a shit about us anymore?" People do.
Yeah.
Most of it's the old stuff, or it's the Martin era, or the Dio stuff.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we go back and we get Ozzy on vocals.
Yeah. Dan agrees with me. He said it's good.
That's
not so
Dan
much.
likes almost everything.
Is my IQ digits?
Man, we got good.
Hopefully
quotes,
closer to 10 than 1.
These are great quotes, man. The boys are having fun, and I'm fucking here for it. I'm sure Andrew's going to give me shit during the cathedral ranking, but man, this is good. I'm having fun here. If anything, we have a blast.
Just imagine if I had done this as an actual video. How many dislikes would I have got on the flipping? I probably would have got more dislikes than I've ever got in the history of my channel.
Could be, but you never know if you have enough people that are Tony Martin fans watching.
Yeah, I probably still could get 1 million dislikes on this video.
Some of the Tony Martin fans might be fucking trying to kill you. I mean, I know a couple guys who are trying to book flights over the UK.
Yeah. Oh God.
This has been fun. This has been a fucking blast, man. I'm not gonna lie. Outside of the wacky rankings, this has been fun. So now we get to this. Now we get to a record where, number 13. This is where the original lineup gets back together, except for Bill, because apparently Bill and Tony and Geezer and fucking Sharon Osbourne are fighting like all cats and dogs that Bill can't drum anymore. Blah, blah, fucking blah. November 11th, 2021, on the 11th day, on Remembrance Day, we get the announcement that fucking their Black Sabbath is ending its hiatus and they're coming back and blah, blah, fucking blah. Unfortunately, we don't get the full thing. We get Ozzy, we get Tony, and we get Geezer. But then we have probably the most confusing choice of all time. Brad Wilk of Rage Against the Machine to come in and play the drums. It's not... So we have Rick Rubin producing this, and we have Greg Fiddleman on engineering the record. And if you know Greg Fiddleman, which I'm sure that you do, he's done the last several Metallica records. That's, fuck 72 seasons. I really don't care. Here's the thing. This is 18 for me. The production is okay. Zeitgeist and Dear Father is about the only good redeeming qualities of this fucking record. The thing with this was that, and I've watched several different little mini documentaries about this, and fucking, of course, they have God is Dead, which I think God is Dead was fucking boring as shit. It was too long and too drony, even for Black Sabbath. Yes, too long and too drony for Black Sabbath. Yeah, Ozzy wanted Tommy Cleftis, which would have made sense to me. But, whatever. That being said, Rick Rubin really wanted them to go back and think of the very first record. He made them go back and re-listen to the first record over and over and over again and say, get your minds into this. Should have just fucking fired him right off the bat. This record is dreadful, except for the 2 songs that I mentioned. I like Zeitgeist because it's hippie trippy and it's very Planet Caravan reminiscing. But it sounds a bit better. Age of Reason, God, it's boring. Damaged Soul, snore. Dear Father's great because they're singing about fucking pedophile priests because, that's sort of my thing is to shit on church. I've been a big fan of that. It sounds ungodly heavy, Dear Father does. And then it ends off with the rain and the thunder and lightning like it does in the first record. To me, that's what sort of keeps it there for me a bit. End of the beginning, what the fuck does that mean? God is dead? Well, motherfucker hasn't existed. That being said, Zeitgeist I can handle, and Dear Father, I can handle both of those. Outside of that, fucking chuck it in the bin. And yes, Forbidden is better than it. So you'll all be fine. I'm sure the chat room.
After all that, yeah, Forbidden, you like more than that. Wow, that's mad.
Yeah, well, that's okay because fucking, I'm sure the stream. I'm sure everybody's probably having a stroke right now.
Well, to be fair, I mean, yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I've got it. I've got Forbidden above it as well. Although I've got Forbidden above the what it was based on as well. This album. I've got 13. To confuse everyone, I've got 13, 14th.
Makes sense.
I mean, it would have been quite funny to have had it 13th. I was kind of thinking about it just for a laugh, having it 13th. But no, it's not better than Never Say Die for me. Even though it probably is for you.
Jesus. No, because I have Never Say Die at 17. But we're gonna go through this and we'll see how quick the chat fucking crucifies both of us because funny enough.
Yeah.
Continue.
So okay, so yeah, I've got it at 14th. It's a very long album. I listened to the 11-track version with the extra bonus tracks.
Right.
Can't remember what they're called. Methodemic and Pariah.
Yeah. And then there was something else.
Others. Yeah.
Peace of Mind.
Mine, that's it. Yeah. I listened to that version with 11 songs and it was very long. But in a way, it didn't feel like over an hour long. I didn't think it was that bad. Dan says it's not too bad. Just really uninspired. Yeah, I get that. It is a bit. I was speaking to James Mr. Boulder about doing this ranking, and at the time, that was the last one I had to listen to, and he said it was a bit of a plodder, and he was right. A lot of the songs are very slow to mid-paced. A lot of them take a while to get going, especially the first song, End of the Beginning. Like the first half of that song is boring as hell. But then when it gets going towards the end of the song, it's got that brilliant outro solo, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same with a lot of these songs. Like it takes a while for them to get going. But when they do, I thought it was pretty good. The only song that I didn't really like much was God Is Dead and ironically Zeitgeist. Because again, it just had that and I literally put this in my notes. It's literally Planet Caravan 2, that song. Because Ozzy even tries to do like that weird psychedelic vocal thing like they did on that song. And I'm thinking, why have they tried to rewrite Planet Caravan? I just made no sense in my mind why they would want to try and rewrite a song like that.
Okay. Before we get too deep into things, I have to go pee. I will be right back.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Sorry to leave you to yourself.
That's cool. I'll just see what the rest of the chat is saying. Right. So Dan says it's not too bad. Yeah, I agree. Couldn't rank it, never heard it. That's fair enough. Yeah, it's about, well, the version that I listened to was an hour and 8 minutes long. It's a long album, and especially for it being a bit slow for the majority of it, But to be honest, I didn't really think there was anything horrendous on it. Loner, yeah, I thought that song was pretty decent, Yeah, I liked that song. It was not bad. I liked actually. Well, no, I'll say it when Trev comes back. It's a repaint of Master of Reality. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. To be honest, with 13, I liked the bonus tracks more than a lot of the songs on the original album. I thought they were really, really good, them songs. So he's pulled his trousers up when he gets back. Oh, God. Yeah, blooming hope so. I don't want to get taken down from YouTube. Actually, I'm going to leave that up for when he gets back. Oh, this has been a crazy stream. I'm sure I've absolutely destroyed a lot of people's minds with this one. Oh, God. But to be fair, I mean, I had a feeling that this was going to be absolutely manic. I just had a feeling because, listening to all these albums.
Oh, fuck. Nothing's worse than having to go to the top floor of a 3-level house to go to the bathroom.
Wow. Right.
Don't worry, the trousers are up, you bastards.
That's funny. I was just
really
saying
like that comment that Dan made about being an uninspired. And he said where they should have worked with outside writers like Gaz Jennings and Nick Anderson. I think that could have broken the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Like Gaz Jennings, like let's say they had brought him in to do like a second guitar thing. Jesus Christ almighty. That would have stopped people in their tracks. Would have stopped people in their tracks. Gaz Jennings, legendary guitar player from Cathedral. Fuck. Nick Anderson, guitar player for Lucifer, as well as I believe he was also the drummer in Entombed. And another lefty. I don't think 2 left-handed guitar players would have made... No, I think that might have also broke the internet too. But yeah. Okay. So let's go back to this fucking ranking and see how completely off we were, which has fucking been so funny. Yeah. So for those who are just joining and missed part of this, I ranked the debut record, Black Sabbath, at number 4. Josh put it at number 12. Because insanity. I ranked... Hello, Johnny Mac. Sit down, son, because this is where shit gets exciting. Okay. So, Johnny, if Johnny's just getting into this, Johnny, I had Black Sabbath number 1 and 4. Josh had it at number 12. Paranoid, I ranked number 5. Josh ranked it number 1. Master Reality, I ranked number 2. Josh had it in the 8th position. Volume 4, I had that at number 3. Josh had it at number 2. I think that and one of the other records are like the ones where we sort of got it like close. So it's volume 3 and I can't remember.
I think maybe Mob Rules were pretty close.
Yeah. 9 versus 10, yeah.
Yeah, apart from that.
All right. This is where the internet fucking this is where everything shut down completely. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. I had it at number 8. Josh had it at dead last. This is how fucking yeah. Then we go to Sabotage, which I ranked number 1. Josh had it at 16th because unfucking believable. Are we ready? John, I hope you're sitting down and I hope you're paying attention, pal. Technical Ecstasy, I said was 16th. Josh put it at number 7th. Just I'm sure John's eyeballs are probably twitching right now, but maybe he likes it like you do. I have no fucking idea. I'm sure it'll be in the chat. I can't see the chat right now. I'll get to that in a moment. Actually, I should be able to.
Oh, God.
Boys. He started saying boys. Don't worry, Trev. I'm getting there. Never Say Die. I had it at 17. Yeah. Josh had it at 13. You fucking drink. I love you too, John. Yeah. Heaven and Hell, I said was number 10. Josh had it at number 4. I think that's like one of the most saving grace there. Mob Rules, I gave it number 9. Josh gave it 10. That's the other one we were super close. Actually, we were all actually also close for Born Again. This is where Trev from Fumes of Hatred absolutely unsubs both of us. I have Born Again at number 19 because fucking Zero the Hero doesn't even keep that even remotely close. Josh had it at 17. 7 Star, I had it at 11. And Josh had it at number 5. Another reason for the internet to completely shatter. Eternal Idol. This is where Roy booked flights. I had it at number 7. Josh put it at 15th. Headless Cross. I said, chat's gone nuts. You and I are never getting another VCLT ever. I never do, but you're probably gonna get cold. You're getting cold in your fucking seat. Look at him. Trev is losing his mind. Probably trying to set things on fire right now.
Oh my
God. Headless Cross. I had it at number 6. Josh put it at number 18. This is where I'm pretty sure Roy had a stroke. Here, I've had it at number 15, and Josh had it at number 6. Dehumanizer. I had that at number 12. Josh had it at number 3. Dan asked, no, I didn't go see Black Sabbath last week. I'm still very sad. I'm still very sad that I didn't get to Moncton to see you guys in the Pantera cover band. Apologies. Yeah, I know. Headless Cross at 18. I know. Listen, Trev, nothing makes sense on these things here, pal, because we're both fucking weird.
God.
Cross Purposes at number 13. Josh had it at number 9. Forbidden, I had it at 14 because everybody's got mad, and Josh had it at number 11, which is still having that above Black Sabbath. The debut is, I don't know. Yeah. 13, I had that at 18, and Josh had it at 14 just to be a cheesy bastard. cheeky bastard, is it? Maddest ranking ever from John. Yeah, buddy, you have no idea, man. Are you okay?
It's been an absolute. Yeah.
John, John, you're going to have to go back and rewatch the stream, and you're just going to make sure you wear a fucking pair of Depends and don't drink too much. You'll be pissing yourself.
Oh, God.
Andrew's threatened to stab me. Roy should be over in the UK by morning. Fucking hilarious. Best stream we've had in a while, kid. I love it. Just fucking internet on fire. Flames erupting everywhere. Being nice to a record that didn't get any sort of love when it first came out.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Fucking fab, as it were. Another lost sub there.
Yep.
I should almost check my subscriber count. It's probably fucking at like 250 by now. This is what happens when you don't invite me on your streams. Fucking don't blame me. This was a joint discussion that we had with Ryan.
Yeah, we were going to do this with Ryan.
Well, yeah.
If Ryan had been here, then it would have been even more bloody crazy.
Yeah. You know what I would really like? I know Andrew and I are going to do the ranking for Cathedral next weekend. I think that's going to be he and I just shooting a video.
Mm-hmm.
I know at some point that I know Ryan and his bass player Bill, myself, and Roy are going to be doing a Judas Priest ranking, and you've bowed out because you don't like Priest at all. I think you should. I think you should come in and join us just so that I can see your rankings, so that everybody can go, "What the fuck is he doing?" Dude, if anything, it's just going to be fucking hilarious. Because I've enjoyed this probably the best. I know for a fact if we would have had John on here, he'd probably be just sitting there like this, and his fucking eye would be twitching the whole time. It's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Just the eyeball just fucking blinking and shit. Well, at least it's only you and I, and everybody else is behind the fucking keyboard, so that way we don't have to worry about everybody going, "What the fuck?" Even though I've done that once or twice. Josh doing a Priest ranking would be interesting. Yes. And he should.
How many albums have they done?
Priest, a shit ton. Like, I'm pretty sure, like 18 or 19. I mean, here's the thing: the Judas Priest ranking would be simple. Nostradamus is dead last. Nobody likes Nostradamus at all. It's absolute junk. The worst pile of shit fucking period. Anybody who says it's better than any other record that they have is a fucking tool. Turbo is better than that. And Turbo's just cheeky as shit. Let's see here. Discography. Let me pull this up because I'm a silly goose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 records, bud.
Oh, another 19.
They're one away from overkill. But here's the thing. Most of these records aren't that long. So it's not like you're going to sit there and be like, oh my God, is this fucking record done yet or not? I mean, you know, you're going to have Nostradamus dead last, and you're probably going to have Demolition almost dead last too. There's a lot of ups and downs. Okay, there's a lot of ups and downs with Priest. I'm sure Rob Halford could confirm because, you know, T. It gets weird at the start, it picks up, and then it kind of dips, and then it goes up, and then it's down. They'll tell you that themselves, right? So that would be fun. It's up to you if you want to get involved. You don't have to. It's not fucking. Josh ranks Demolition #1 and Breaks the Universe. Yeah, now you have to do it. Just based on that alone, it's almost mandatory. You need to join us on that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll definitely have a think about it. It depends when you're going to be doing it. Do a Kvist, just one album. Oh, I'm sure that one won't be first for me. somehow it would end up being like second. Kvist, I think they're black metal band.
Oh, fuck. Black metal band. You and Raj can do that. Fuck that nonsense.
Well, they've only done one album. That's the thing. They've only done one album. So, yeah, for me, it probably wouldn't even be first. I'll probably rank it like third.
Probably
out of one.
John had an interesting point. I'm not a fan of Modern Priest, to be honest, and that's fair. AC/DC, I could do that ranking right now. I don't even need to fucking think about it. I could just put some of my CDs back, take the whole discography and go here, 1, 2, 3, just go right through the whole fucking thing. Fuck, if John wants to do it, let's go. I'll give you guys, Josh, I'll give you enough time to listen. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to do AC/DC next, pal. What do you think? Does that work for you, or is your heart going to not be able to handle that too?
No, well, I have listened to a lot of the AC/DC albums, especially the Bon Scott ones. So, yeah, could do that. Yeah.
All right, me, you, and John. Trev, do you want to get involved in this too? From Fumes of Hatred? If he wants to do it, then I think maybe the four of us could do an AC/DC stream. Fun and exciting. Although I'm not sure where he is located, but I'm sure we could sync the times up relatively easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what we should do? Josh, if we're going to do that, someone has to, maybe John, if he has his email, or I have his email. Anal cunt. I'm not, Jesus, I'm never listening to Anal cunt. Shut up, Simon. I love you, but no. Let's get David on that too. Davey from Cavernous Cardinus, because I'm pretty sure. Oh, what do you mean you would leave out the majority of Brian? Fuck off. No. Just for that, I'm re-ranking everything. All the Bon Scott albums last, and Brian's up top. No, actually, I can't even do that because I already know what my #1 album is. So yeah. Well, that was fun. Let's do it again, but with AC/DC, and let's have a blast. And Josh can break the internet again.
Yeah. Just watch. I'll put Fly on the Wall like number 3 or something.
Well, okay, so then I guess you won't break the internet. I guess I will. I'll do it for you. Trust me, pal. Once we get to that midsection, that's where my takes get fucking spicy and everybody gets mad at me. I love it.
He's just exploded again.
I love it. It's fucking great. I even have a bunch of the cassettes too. I'm just all anything to give me the excuse to re-listen to that discography again. Let's go. But I've only listened to it for I've only been listening to it for. Hold on, my math is shit. I started listening to them when I was 6 years old. 5 or 6 years old. I'm 42 now. Do the math. About 37 years. Yeah. A long fucking time. Favorite Sabbath cover? What do you mean, Dan? Like album cover?
I guess. I mean, how many cover songs have they done? I don't even think they've even done one, have they?
Oh, I wonder if he means cover by other bands.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, cover song. Ooh. Instantly, I'm just thinking of Pantera doing Planet Caravan.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm sure Dan will agree that Hole in the Sky is a really good one. I really love that. I really love when Pantera did that. Trev just mentioned that Orange Goblin do great Sabbath covers. They absolutely do. Actually, Orange Goblin covered Hand of Doom. Oh, fuck, does it ever sound sexy? Yeah, Pantera doing Planet Caravan and Hole in the Sky were really good. Clutch and Corrosion of Conformity doing Lord of this World is great. I actually didn't know that Sleep did Snowblind. Venom did Megalomania? Oh, yeah. That must be with Tony, their new bass player and singer. Right, Trev? I think. I can't, because I don't know if Kronos was on Megalomania or not, but yeah, Sleep doing Snowblind, I'm going to have to listen to that now. Ooh, baby. Because that could cause me to have a stroke. Because you know how much I love Sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back on the Primeval record. Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was with Tony, the bass player and singer that replaced Kronos. So AC/DC, how much? I presume you already know most of that stuff, anyways, Josh.
Yeah. I've got quite a few of their albums as well. So yeah, I'd know most of their discography, apart from about maybe 6 or 7 albums that I've not listened to.
Okay.
The ones in the middle for the most part.
Oh yeah, so the sort of weird era of AC/DC that I like.
Yeah, kind of like mid to late 80s, and the 2000s ones. Even though there weren't that many of those, but
yeah, there's a few others that have been mentioned here. Sacred Reich did War Pigs. Weird. I like it. Ugly Kid Joe did it. See, because they had that whole Nativity in Black album that come out, that sort of covers thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking Google that, because now I'm gonna have to do 2 pretty huge fucking rankings here shortly.
Yeah. Another one that I know pretty well, Cavalera Conspiracy, because I got the special edition of one of their albums, and they did a cover of Electric Funeral, which is pretty cool.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Blunt Force Trauma album, and yeah, actually, ironically, that was the first time I'd actually heard that song. It wasn't the Black Sabbath version I heard first; it was that version.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So here's another thing that I'm seeing here. that I completely forgot about this. So I just brought up the Nativity in Black sort of Wikipedia thing here. There's the band Bullring Brummies, featuring Black Sabbath founding members Geezer Butler and Bill Ward, featuring Rob Halford, obsessed St. Vitus guitarist Scott Weinrich, which really makes my pants tight, and fight guitarist Brian Tills. They covered The Wizard. Their cover of The Wizard on the first album is their only official recording. So basically, those 5 guys got together to do a cover of The Wizard. Why? I have to go back and re-listen to this fucking record. Faith No More did War Pigs. 1000 Homo DJs. Teehee. They did a cover of Supernaut. Which is funny because Pantera was originally supposed to appear on this sort of tribute thing doing Planet Caravan, but it got left off. So they put it on Far Beyond Driven. Biohazard was featured in a music video for After Forever from Master Reality. Let's see here. Fucking Megadeth did Paranoid, which fucking no. No.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
I don't have the patience for that fucking nonsense. There's an Irish band called Therapy. And they hooked up with Ozzy and did Iron Man, which actually sounds pretty like fucking industrial. If you haven't heard that, give that a spin. Sepultura did Symptom of the Universe. White Zombie did Children of the Grave, which actually wasn't half bad. Bruce Dickinson hooked up with Godspeed and did Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Obviously, Ugly Kid Joe did NIB, and Typo Negative did Black Sabbath, which is 7 minutes and 45 seconds, and I'm surprised it's not 27 minutes. Because it's fucking Typo Negative. So, yeah. All in all, great fucking stream. 2 hours and 32 minutes. Thank fuck it's not, 7 hours, because we could have been here all night. Thankfully, Uncle Dan was able to keep us in fucking line and keep us focused from going too fucking squirrely.
Yeah. Pantera, stop after Cowboys. Oh dear, that's not a good one for me.
Trev, I already did one of those with Down included. I did a Down and Pantera ranking. I don't even touch the first fucking records. Power metal was kind of neat. Good entertainment tonight, Josh and Trevor. Will not be so nice and gentle next. Yeah, right. Night, Rod. Have a good night, pal.
Yeah. See you, Rod. Cheers for watching.
The real question, Ozzy or Dio? Ozzy, duh. I already made that clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Ozzy all the way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Except for your thoughts on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and Sabotage.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. Oops. Oops. Nothing. All right, fellas. Yeah. Let's just call her an evening. Yeah. Before
we'll leave it.
Dan has a great point. Tony needs to do another solo record. Yeah. He needs to read. He needs to. Yeah. Also, go listen to Time Is Mine with Phil. Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Time Is Mine. Tony Iommi. Phil Anselmo. Okay, gear yourself up. It'll be a Judas Priest and AC/DC ranking, and you're in on it because I want to see you break the internet. My God.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right, brother. It's been a blast. You have a great night, and we'll chit-chat tomorrow about things.
Yeah, all right. Cool. Cheers. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep it metal.